connected to the world around us. So a nutritarian diet, obviously, is a diet rich in vegetables, a vegetable-based diet, not a grain-based diet. And of course, the standard American diet is not even a whole grain-based diet. It's based on processed grains. That's not a food. It's doof. It's a doof-based diet based on white flour and sugar and oil, right? Most calories on the American diet comes from things that shouldn't even be considered food because they don't contain a significant micronutrient load and they're addictive substances. So a nutritarian diet is the name for a diet that's nutritionally adequate because it contains a large amount of anti-cancer, lifespan enhancing, right, and brain protective nutrients with lots of beans and greens and nuts, and we don't use oil as a caloric load, and animal products are restricted or eliminated because obviously it's not just the contamination of animal products, they don't contain the phytochemicals, but they also contain substances that accelerate aging. So we're looking to eat as much as possible the foods that are best for our body long term, right? Nutrient-dense calories to make our cells nutrient-dense. And as you lose weight, by the way, with every pound that you lose, your cells become more nutrient-dense because the load of nutrients carried in your body's vessel, right? You're a vessel that's holding nutrients and a vessel that's holding toxins. And every pound you lose, you're breaking down and removing toxins from the fat supply, but you're also concentrating the nutrients in the remaining cells that make you up. So when you lose a third of your body weight, you've concentrated those nutrients into each cell significantly to extend lifespan. So we have to repeat correct habits over and over again, like you're learning a sport, how to swing a golf club correctly or something. You want to swing it in the right way over and over again so it comes like memory without effort, right? So your breakfast is generally, so we're looking at repetition of correct habits. So we make this dietary skeleton that people could apply to their own life. And so they don't have to think and be too creative. They can just repeat this day in and day out till they get it down. So the breakfast might be a cup of fruit, predominantly berries, with a half a cup of intact whole grain like amaranth or quinoa or steel-cut oats, with 1 or 2 tablespoons of ground seeds like flax seeds and chia seeds and hemp seeds, with some unsweetened plant milk. A simple breakfast, right? And then we move on to lunch. And lunch is a large salad of raw vegetables with raw onion and scallion or tomatoes and peppers and lettuce. And lettuce is a superfood, by the way. Lettuce is a superfood that contains the sulfoquinavose that supports the growth of the healthy bacteria that build the right microbiome. And the combination of lettuce with the cruciferous greens like arugula or watercress or bok choy or kale also supplies the right formula that builds the health of the immune system under the gut wall that we talked about, right? So the right type of food leads to the right type of bacteria, which leads to the right type of apostat and appetite to curtail your desire to overeat. So you have this large salad at lunch with some vegetable, bean, and mushroom soup. If you want to put some dried mushrooms or fresh mushrooms in the soup, it's even better. So a bowl of soup and 1 or 2 pieces of fruit for dessert. And then dinner, you have some raw vegetables to supply the gastric, to satisfy you, because we want to have the chew volume. Remember the chew volume? So it might be raw jicama, raw carrots, raw peppers, raw snow pea pods. Whatever raw vegetables you did not eat at lunch, you might add to your dinner with a dip, like a salsa dip or a guacamole dip or a hummus dip or the salad dressing you used for lunch. Then with a cooked vegetable dish, a mixed cooked vegetable dish. And it could not be an attacked whole grain. We often put the bed of wok, like Thai curry sauce vegetables with broccoli or cabbage or onion and mushrooms and straw mushrooms and shiitake mushrooms. And, we make this dish made with snow pea pods or bamboo shoots or water chestnuts. We make an Asian dish with a Thai curry sauce, maybe. And we put that on a bed of spaghetti squash. Spaghetti squash is a great weight loss food. And we use lots of eggplant and roasted peppers and these thin artichokes and asparagus and lots of volume of green vegetables that are rich in protein and make you feel satisfied, that are low in calories. It's easy to lose weight without eating thimble-sized portions of food because you're eating larger portions of foods that satisfy you without having to, while you still can lose pretty large amounts of weight. People that are here come to our retreat in San Diego, It's normal for males to lose 20 to 25 pounds the first month and females to lose 15 to 20 pounds the first month. And then it slows down the second month because they lost a lot of water weight the first month, but then it might slow down to 10 or 15 pounds a month. But it's normal to lose. And so we're saying that you're a nutritarian if you're eating healthfully at your ideal weight, or you're a nutritarian if you're eating healthfully and moving in the direction of your ideal weight by at least 2 pounds a week. Because if you're not losing weight each week, then you're not doing it right. You're doing something wrong, and something needs to be tweaked. Because remember I told you earlier that when you have fat on the body, it raises inflammation, it raises angiogenesis promotion, it raises insulin resistance, it raises estrogen, creating breast and prostate cancer. That, in other words, fat on the body increases risk of, but increases risk of clot, the ability of blood to clot and have a heart attack. These parameters go down. These measurable parameters, the ability to have a heart attack as you're losing weight. You don't have to wait till all the weight is lost to see benefits. We see the HSCRP, the inflammation coming down, the insulin resistance coming down, the diabetes going away while the person is still overweight. As long as they're losing more than 2 pounds a week, we're seeing these parameters start to fix themselves. But if they came and they lost 50 pounds and went back to buffets at Vegas or on a cruise ship and gained weight back again, you would immediately see the unhealthy parameters start to go up again. So they may have lost 50 pounds. If they gain back 10 with unhealthy eating, they're worse off than they were when they were 40 pounds heavier, because it's the direction of travel that determines the pro-inflammatory or risks of your diet. So we don't want to yo-yo the weight, because the regain of weight rapidly is putting more saturated fat and putting on fat more viscerally. And as you put more fat on viscerally that's more saturated, it raises cholesterol more. So we want to take off the subcutaneous and the visceral fat and not regain weight. It's only good to diet and lose weight if you keep it off or continue on the process towards your ideal weight, right? It's no good to temporarily lose weight and gain it back again. So we're trying to have people learn how to make changes that they can live with for the rest of their life. So this is the repetition of correct habits. It needs the attitude of a champion, where you need perseverance, repetition, and consistency, right? And learn how to enjoy living healthfully. And dessert is important. You know why dessert's important? Because we can pick a dessert like some frozen cherries or some, whatever I'm choosing to eat dessert, some partially defrosted mango or whipped banana with a little plant milk into a little fluffy ice cream with maybe a few walnuts in there. I can eat a dessert at night which marks the end of eating for the day. It tells me I've had enough food for today. I could stop eating at 5 o'clock or 5:30 or 6 o'clock, but preferably it's better to eat a lighter and earlier dinner, and you have the dessert, you shut down the restaurant, meaning the kitchen, you shut down the kitchen, you stay out of the kitchen, you clean your teeth, water picking and flossing, and you stay away from calories the rest of your night. Anything that goes in past your mouth is just water. And you learn how to recreate, enjoy your life without food for the 4 or 5 hours before bedtime. So eating dessert before you get full, not after you get full, helps prevent overeating. It marks the end of eating. It increases satisfaction with a lighter dinner. And of course, now we can get assistance and camaraderie and involve social and enjoyable activities that don't involve food, right? We have to learn to do that. And larger portions of low-calorie food help, right? So we eat robust portions of eggplant, cooked eggplant, and salad and raw vegetables, mushrooms, cauliflower, make a cauliflower mashed potato. We put 8 cups of cauliflower with 1 boiled Yukon Gold potato with some chopped spinach and fried onion. We're frying the onion in a dry pan. We're heating the pan up hot, chopping up the onion, frying it in the pan with no oil till it glistens, and then mixing it with the cooked cauliflower and a little bit of potato in there. And we make a delicious tasting, and maybe a little bit of garlic nutter, a little bit of roasted garlic with a little bit of cashews in there to give you some increased flavor. We're making delicious meals and delicious flavors that people can eat robust portions of food like zucchini and spaghetti squash and asparagus and citrus fruit, melons and berry. We're eating substantial amounts of food that's lower in calories, that supplies us with nutrients. And of course, people can do this on their own. They have to work to learning it. But if you need help and you have to go somewhere and you want to come into my facility, obviously I have a retreat in San Diego. That's a beautiful place that people come to spend a month or 2 or 3 to cement these benefits, utilize the tools, and to leave with the tools they need to do this for the rest of their life. And I get tremendous enjoyment. My wife and myself get tremendous enjoyment learning, getting to know people, working with them, assisting them, and also just developing friendships that we maintain for the rest of our lives, and people that have the tools they need to better their life and to keep on the right path after they leave here. So it's been tremendously rewarding to us, emotionally rewarding to us as well. All right, I am finishing up. I'm going to be able to take people's questions.